Activity book episode 6 following a new path. A. Add the correct thing or person from sections 1 and 2. البجد students book dash section 2 و 2 تجد بنيان مروف بن ده زيادة كدوان فراغاتا. This was the huge dirty city أو باجر بمازن peace where the coach took Pip أو جي عربانه Pip جبري London بي يا دوه. This was the place which Pip visited first after he had arrived in the city. أو جهبي أو بيبي سردانوي كري دمي جهشتي في باجري لندن مستر جاگس اوفیس بی ای که من جه چویه او جهبی مستر جاگس اوفیس یاسیه. This was the place which became Pip's first home in the city. او جه اول جار ای که من جار بی مالا پیپی کی و بی برنز این بی مهوان خانا برنز بی یا چاره. This was the young man who had once fought Pip but who now became his good friend. بجد او كرجع حيل بأوي و بيبي شرعي قدو كري ونو كا بي هوالا كيوي باش. Herbert Pocket بيا بنجه. This was the man who now became Pip's teacher. او ظلامه او بما مستای بيبي كي بي ماتيو Pocket بي. This was the young man who was also a student of Pip's teacher. او كره جحل بي او بي قطابية ماموستاي بيبي ماتيو بوكيتي بنتلي درامل بي ويا حفته. This was the woman او جنكا who worked for Mr. Joggers و بو Mr. Joggers يشولتكر مولي بي. يا بي find the mistakes and write out the sentences correctly. There are always 2 or more mistakes. بجد اول خاره خلطیه تدا شاشیه تدا وان شاشیا بینه داره و بدرز بنویسه هر ای که 2 یا بترش 2 شاشیه تدا یا ای که Pip sometimes visited and often wrote to Joe and Biddy in the weeks after the start of his new life in London. بجد پیپی گله جارا هنده جارا و سردانا جو و پیپی بیدید کرد و گله جارا جنامه بون نویسین یا درست چیه never. Pip never visited and never wrote to Joe and Biddy in the weeks after the start of his new life in London. یا دوه when Joe visited Pip in London دمی جوی سردانا پیپی کری لندن he was wearing his working clothes and he was very comfortable. اوی جلو برگت شولیت کاری کربین برخواه او گلک آرام بی نخیر. When Joe visited Pip in London he was wearing his best clothes and he was very uncomfortable. یاسیه Joe agreed to stay for dinner. Joe راضی بی بمینت بخارنا شیوه and then he told Pip that Miss Havisham and Stella wanted to visit him. و گوته Miss Havisham و Stella دوید سردانا بکن. Joe did not agree. نخیر راضی نبی مینت بخارنا شیوه and he then told Pip that Miss Havisham and Stella wanted him Pip to visit them. واند ویا Pip بچت سردانا ممکن نه بین سردانا Pip بکن. یا چاره Pip felt sure that Miss Havisham wanted him to marry her and he decided to invite her and Stella the next day. Pip پشتراز بی و سهست بو چی بی شخوا پشتراز بی Miss Havisham دوید او Pip هفجینی بیگ بینن و اوی بریار دا وانا دا خواست کت دفخوار روژا دیورا نخیر. Pip felt sure that Miss Havisham wanted him to marry Stella. Pip بشتراز بي Miss Havisham ادويت او هفجيني الجل Stella بي بينت and he decided to visit her and Stella. او بريار دا سردانا و Stella بكت the next day روژا دیورا. یا C write a paragraph هاي كي بنويسا give a full answers to the questions to write a paragraph about the start of Pip's new life. مجد paragraph که بنویسه برسویت فول بده السر جیانا پیپی یانی. Where did بهاری که جوانا ام ده برسوی چیکین بله بشتیم خلاص بین ده نقطه داینین نه ده جمارا داینین. Where did Pip go after he had arrived in London? Pip گیوه شده میوگه هشتی لندن. After Pip had arrived, he went to Mr. Jagger's office. یکم جه چویه office Mr. Jagger's بی. یا دوه بسیارا دوه what did Jaggers give him and then where did he send him to stay? چه داوه Mr. Jagger's چه داو پیپی و او ورگر کیوه داب مینت لی. Jaggers gave him some money to spend and then sent him to stay with Mr. Herbert Pocket. الكيفة at Bernard's Inn. بسيارة دي What was Pip's new home like? مالاوياني چوابي Pip's new home was small. بچيك بي old given بي and looked empty or valabi. Who appeared on the stairs a few minutes after Pip had got there. کی السردرج کاب سر کرد پشتی چند قوله که اش پیپ گشتی ویره. A few minutes after Pip had got there, a young man appeared. کراجه حیلک had on the stairs. درج کاب سر کرد. Where did he and Pip soon realize they had met? Many years before. بیروان هات الكيفة وانا يقودو دابري چند سالا. He and Pip soon realized they had met at Miss Havisham's house many years before. المالا Miss Havisham بيري هر دو كهات الويري يقودو ياديتي. What did they both do when they remembered the fight they had at that time? هر دو چی که دمه بیروان هاتی وانا الويري شرع يقودو کربی. When they remembered the fight دم بیروان شروان هاتی they had had at that time ایوانا کلیل ویدامین they both laughed او هر دو کنین. Who did they talk about او درباره کی آخفتن while they were having dinner together دمیان شیف بگوید خار while they were having dinner together دمیان شیف بگوید خار they talked about Estella او درباره استلا آخفتن. What did Herbert tell Pip about Estella? پیپی چه بو هربرتی گفت درباره استلا؟ Herbert told Pip that Estella was adopted. گوته هربرتی گوته استلا یاتی خداین کرنه and that she was a horrible young woman who had been taught by Miss Havisham to hate men. و اجنکه که بترسه یا وصاحاتی پرورده کرنش لای Miss Havisham و کو کربتوه اش ظالما و